What agency issues motorcycle licenses in Arkansas? Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration Office of Motor Vehicle. This agency handles motorcycle licensing and endorsements. Next question. What is the minimum age to apply for a motorcycle learner permit in Arkansas? 16 years old. Riders must meet this age requirement before applying. Continuing. What is required to obtain a motorcycle license in Arkansas? Pass a knowledge test, obtain a learner permit, complete a skills test or approved safety course. These steps verify safe riding ability. Next point. What Arkansas approved course can waive the motorcycle skills test? The Motorcycle Safety Foundation MSF Basic Rider Course approved by Arkansas DFA. Successful completion may satisfy testing requirements. Let's keep going. What restriction applies to a motorcycle learner permit holder in Arkansas? Cannot ride at night, cannot carry passengers, and cannot ride on interstate highways. These restrictions help new riders gain experience safely. Next question. What is the minimum age for a full unrestricted motorcycle license in Arkansas? 18 years old. At this age, riders may qualify for full privileges. Let's continue. What does a motorcycle endorsement on an Arkansas license authorize? Operating a motorcycle on public roads in Arkansas. The endorsement legally permits motorcycle operation. Continuing. What is the helmet law for motorcycle riders in Arkansas? All riders regardless of age must wear a DOT-approved helmet. Helmets significantly reduce injury risk. Next point. What type of helmet meets Arkansas requirements? A DOT Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard 218 approved helmet. This certification confirms the helmet meets safety standards. Let's move on. What is the eye protection requirement for Arkansas motorcycle riders? Required unless the motorcycle has a windscreen providing equivalent protection. Eye protection helps prevent vision impairment from debris. Next question. What is the lane use rule for motorcycles in Arkansas? Motorcycles are entitled to full use of a lane and no vehicle may deprive them of it. Riders have the same lane rights as other vehicles. Let's keep going. Is lane splitting legal in Arkansas? No, lane splitting is illegal in Arkansas. Riders may not travel between lanes of traffic. Continuing. How many motorcycles may legally ride abreast in one lane in Arkansas? 2 motorcycles may share a lane riding side by side. More than 2 abreast is not permitted. Next point. What is the safest lane position within a lane? The left third for visibility and to avoid road debris and drain covers. This position often provides the best view and escape options. Let's continue. What causes most single-vehicle motorcycle crashes? Rider error, including running wide in curves and target fixation. Proper training helps reduce these mistakes. Next question. What is target fixation? The tendency to steer toward whatever the rider is looking at, causing crashes when focusing on obstacles. Riders should look where they want to go. Let's move on. What is the correct braking technique on a motorcycle in Arkansas? Apply both front and rear brakes simultaneously with more pressure on the front. This provides maximum stopping power. Continuing. What percentage of stopping power comes from the front brake? About 70%. The front brake does most of the work during hard stops. Next point. What should a rider do if the front wheel locks? Release the front brake immediately, then reapply gradually. This helps restore traction and control. Let's keep going. What is the correct body position when cornering? Keep the motorcycle leaned in body slightly upright, pressing the outside foot peg. This promotes stability through the turn. Next question. What is counter steering and when is it used? Pushing forward on the inside handlebar to initiate a lean, used at speeds above 12 miles per hour. It is the primary turning technique at higher speeds. Let's continue. What following distance should a motorcycle maintain? At least 3 to 4 seconds more in poor conditions. Extra space increases reaction time. Continuing. Why do motorcycles benefit from extra following distance? It provides time to react to debris and road hazards more dangerous to riders. Motorcycles are more affected by surface conditions. Next point. What should a motorcyclist do when being tailgated? Increase following distance from the vehicle ahead to create a larger safety buffer. This reduces the need for sudden braking. Let's move on. What is the most common collision between a motorcycle and a car? A car turning left in front of the motorcycle at an intersection. Visibility and awareness are critical in these situations. Next question. What should a motorcyclist do to improve visibility at intersections? Ride in the most visible lane position, cover the brakes, and make eye contact with drivers. These actions help prevent conflicts. Let's keep going. What unique road hazard applies to Arkansas motorcyclists? Arkansas Ozark and Washita mountain roads have tight curves, steep grades, loose gravel, and unpredictable wildlife crossings requiring extra caution. Riders should remain alert in these areas. Continuing, what is the correct way to cross railroad tracks on a motorcycle? Cross at an angle of at least 45 degrees to avoid the wheel drop into the groove. A sharper angle improves stability. Next point, what surface hazards are most dangerous for Arkansas motorcyclists? Gravel, sand, wet leaves, oil slicks, wet painted markings, and loose debris common on Arkansas rural and mountain roads. These surfaces can greatly reduce traction. Let's continue. What is the safest way to handle a blowout on a motorcycle? Grip the handlebars firmly, ease off the throttle, avoid sudden braking, and steer gradually to safety. Smooth inputs help maintain control. Next question. What should a rider do when approaching an Arkansas mountain curve too fast? Look through the curve, lean gradually, and avoid braking while leaned. Focus on the intended path. Let's move on. What is the risk of braking while leaned in a curve? The tires can lose traction and the motorcycle can slide out. Braking should be minimized during a lean. Continuing, what protective gear is recommended for Arkansas motorcycle riders? Jacket with abrasion resistance, gloves, ankle-covering boots, and long pants with protective padding. Protective gear helps reduce injuries. Next point, what does ATGATT mean? All the gear all the time, meaning full protective equipment on every ride. It emphasizes consistent safety practices. Let's keep going. What effect does alcohol have on motorcycle operation? It impairs balance, coordination, and reaction time, making riding especially dangerous. Even small amounts can affect performance. Next question. What is the BAC limit for motorcycle operators in Arkansas? 0.08%, same as passenger vehicle operators. Exceeding this limit is illegal. Let's continue. What is the zero tolerance rule for riders under 21 in Arkansas? Any BAC above 0.02% results in license suspension. Young riders face stricter alcohol limits. Continuing, what is speed wobble on a motorcycle? A rapid front wheel oscillation at high speed from improper loading or tire issues corrected by gripping the tank with knees and easing off the throttle. Sudden braking should be avoided. Next point, what is the recommended group riding formation in Arkansas? Staggered formation with each rider offset in the lane and at least 1 second between riders in the same position. This maximizes space and visibility. Let's move on. What is the minimum following distance between motorcycles in a group? At least 2 seconds from the rider directly ahead in the same lane position. This allows adequate reaction time. Next question. What should a group leader do before a ride? Brief all riders on the route, hand signals, rest stops, and what to do if separated. Clear communication improves group safety. Let's keep going. What is the Arkansas law on motorcycle insurance? All registered motorcycles must carry minimum liability insurance. Insurance coverage is legally required. Continuing, what must an Arkansas motorcyclist do after an accident with injury or damage? Stop, render aid, exchange information, and report to law enforcement. These actions are required by law. Next point, what is the correct way to load a motorcycle? Keep weight low and centered, secure all loads, and avoid bags that affect steering. Proper loading improves handling. Let's continue. How does a passenger affect handling? Adds weight shifting balance affecting braking distance and lean angles requiring technique adjustment. Riders should account for these changes. Next question. What must a passenger have on an Arkansas motorcycle? A DOT-approved helmet, a proper seat, and foot pegs the passenger must be able to reach. Proper equipment is required for safety. Let's move on. What is ATC LOCS inspection? A pre-ride check covering tires, controls, lights, oil, chassis, and stands. It helps identify problems before riding. Continuing, what is the friction zone on a motorcycle clutch? The range where the clutch partially engages, used for low speed control and smooth starts. Mastering it improves maneuvering skills. Next point, what is the correct technique for a quick stop with ABS? Apply both brakes firmly and hold them. ABS prevents lockup and maintains steering. Riders should avoid pumping the brakes. Let's keep going. What causes a motorcycle to weave at low speed? Improper steering input, slow speed instability, and